Hey friend, welcome. It's Michaela. So today I'm going to be setting up my 2023 bullet journal. Let's just jump right into gasp. Is she using the same bullet journal from last year? How dare? Yeah. Yeah, I am using my same bullet journal from 2022. And honestly, it's because look at this. I have so many pages left over. I don't do weekly spreads, so that's why I have a lot of pages left over and I'm not wasting a journal. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep using these pages. Let's just jump right into it. Of course, starting out, I'm just taking my eraser to lighten up my lines of my sketches, and then I'm going to pull out my watercolors for my title page. I had a goal last year to do more watercolors, and although I did do more watercolors than I've probably ever done in my life, I didn't really do as many as I would love to, so I'm really trying to go hard with the watercolor this year. So I'm definitely going to incorporate some of that in my title page for this year. Another reason why I'm sticking with using this journal is because honestly, this may be a little bit my fault. I waited into the last minute to try to research some more journals, and I definitely knew I wanted a watercolor journal. This is the watercolor journal from Primrosia. I got it on Amazon and they are completely out of watercolor journals, just completely gone. And apparently watercolor journals just don't exist anywhere else. I literally can't find a journal specifically for watercolor. I guess people just use watercolor in regular journals, but I definitely wanted paper that was specifically for this kind of paint. Yeah, so we're just gonna keep using this. We're gonna keep using this notebook. Oops, okay, back to what I'm actually doing. So the title page is gonna be more on the botanical side. Honestly, this entire setup is more leaning towards the botanical side because I'm combining my title page and my word of the year page, which is going to be growth for this year. I just wanna keep growing into the new year and throughout the new year. And of course, when I think of growth, I think of plants. And so yeah, we're just gonna do kind of a tropical kind of botanical theme. If you didn't know, I'm also kind of slightly obsessed with all of our plant babies that we got throughout this year, and I'm trying my hardest to hold out on getting a Monstera plant. And so I'm hoping that these paintings will kind of hold me over. Moving on to my next page, it's my goals page, and I have these 4 different sections here. I'm going to have 3 months, 1 year, 3 years, and then lifetime. And these are just the goals that I want to accomplish during those times. Last year, my goals page was a little bit different. I set a goal and then I set actionable items to achieve that goal, but I felt like I didn't really have one place to kind of look at future items, if that makes sense. All of the goals that I set were to basically be accomplished within the year 2022. So I just wanted to set up a page where I can look back and say, oh yeah, I wanted to do this in 3 years and I've done it and that kind of thing. I also want to keep this super simple and super minimal because I'm going to be filling it with words, and I think possibly little doodles for each goal or for some of the goals. I think that'd be fun and just make this page a little bit better. I dropped my pen, so I'm gonna try to just maybe try to clean it up with that. I feel like that's making it worse. I think that's making it worse. So I'm gonna use some of this Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed proof white ink to kind of clean up this mistake here. And then we're just gonna keep going forward. I also like how I kind of split up the word and I have GO at the top because it's kind of go for your goals. You get it? Goals. Anyway, I really like how this one came out. I can't wait to add to this. I'll probably keep this page mostly black and white, but I'm thinking about probably introducing an accent color, maybe a green to go with the botanical theme, or maybe a purple or something. And next up is probably one of my least favorite pages to set up, the future log. I barely use my future log. I even wasted 4 pages on it last year because I thought that I would try to use it a little bit more. It didn't come out that great. And so I'm just going back to my normal, condensing it to 2 pages. So writing out every single one of these dates for every single month. I'm also going to just keep just the space at the bottom for any special dates, events, activities, notes, things like that. I don't really plan to use this that often. I will probably highlight special events with maybe like a green marker or something. But other than that, I'm just gonna keep it very simple. I was more so focused on and excited about painting this leaf. Next up, I'm going to set up this page to track things. I don't really know what to call this page. I am going to bring in some more watercolors and paint some more leaves. This was just so much fun. And I feel like I'm getting the hang of like getting the watercolors down a little bit. I mean, the blending is still a little iffy with the whole wet on wet or like dry, all that stuff. Anyway, on this page, I have a watch section to track all the movies that I watch and TV shows. And then I also have a listen section, and this is going to be specifically for podcasts. I might set up another page just for music, but for now, this is just going to be like podcasts and things like that. And then I have an experience section down here. It's kind of small for now because I actually plan on possibly making an experience spread of just all the things I want to do. But I'm thinking of like grouping it by season. So then I can do all these like seasonal activities. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And lastly, on the right-hand side, I have a page for all the things that I want to learn. And this is kind of just like where my notes are going to go from the different classes I take or videos I watch or things I learned from the podcasts I plan to listen to, anything like that. I do want to take some more classes. So I might start putting that type of stuff here as well, like watercolor classes, calligraphy classes, things like that. After that, I'm going to set up my meditation minutes tracker. I love seeing how these trackers turn out at the end of each year, but I think I specifically love 2022 because of the colors that I use. It just looked really good to me. So I wanted to do this again, obviously, but I want to do it on a bigger scale instead of just doing it on one page. I'm creating this spread over 2 whole pages. So then we'll have 2 pages of colorful dots at the end of the year, and I can't wait to see how this turns out. So how I use my meditation tracker, basically, let's say I meditated for 5 minutes on January 1st. So I will mark a dot for 5 minutes. And then let's say I meditated for 20 minutes on January 2nd. I will mark a dot at 20 minutes on the 2nd. And then I will draw a line connecting the 1st to the 2nd and so on. And then I use a different color every single month. So then at the very end of the year, you have this very colorful line graph of all the days that you meditated. And it's just so pretty. For this last spread, I'm going to try something I've never done before. I wanted to set up like a memories spread for each of the months. So I'm just going to start with the first 4 for now. And if we don't like it, we'll stop here. I'm starting off by gluing these envelopes in my journal, just 1 for each month for now. And then at the end of each month, I think I'll just write either like a letter to myself or like a memory or something that I can put in the envelope and maybe accompanying it with like some pictures or maybe even like a ticket stub if I did something, you know, that kind of stuff. I'm not really quite sure how I want to do this yet, but I guess we'll see. Time will tell. If I go the route of like writing myself a note, I'm actually thinking about possibly sealing these off with like maybe like a wax seal as kind of like a time capsule. And then like maybe in 2 years or even at the end of the year, just like read each one of these. I don't know. Maybe I'll try that. Or maybe for like each month in like 2024, I'll read the letter from the 2023 month. I don't know. We'll see. And here's a final flip through of all the pages we set up today. I'm really liking this like simple botanical theme, keeping it super minimal. And friend, if you've seen some of my other videos, you may be thinking, where is my reading page? You know, reading is a very big part of my life. Well, I am finally breaking down, and I'm going to do a reading journal, a completely separate reading journal where I could just write about all the books that I read in 2023. I cannot wait to set this up. This has been a long time coming, and I'm just finally going to do it. Also, since I have a couple of pages left in this journal, I have some ideas to journal like I've never done before. And I'm kind of excited to see where this takes me. It's gonna be just a lot of random like a collection of like random pages of like random things. I've never done something like that before, but I thought that this year would be really fun to just try it out. So I can't wait to fill the rest of this journal with more watercolors and like a bunch of just random things. Thank you so much for watching, friend. As always, I really appreciate it. As I mentioned, I will definitely be doing a reading journal setup, which I cannot wait for. And once that video is up, I will be sure to link it right here on the left-hand side of the screen. But in the meantime, go check out this other video. It's an easy bullet journaling ideas for anyone looking to get into bullet journaling or just anyone looking for ideas in general. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.